Alrighty, what is going on, everyone? It is Bope, back again after a little bit of hiatus here, and we are back into Gen 9 Draft League on Wi-Fi. We are joining the WPF Delta division that is led up by Gentleman Thomas, who is also one of the coaches, and Zomb, who we also know from the JJDL, and they joined in NCP, so familiar with them as well. Appreciate them both for the invite here. And yeah, this is going to be kind of a casual analysis of the team, no slides or anything. Just wanted to go over the team in general. Also just want to say, hey, this has been a little bit about month and a half, maybe even more than that since I've posted anything. To be honest with you, just been kind of burnt out. Wanted to take a step back, but I am raring to go, to be honest with you, and really excited to be here in WPF Delta. A lot of coaches that I'm either familiar with from just previous leagues or that I've been able to see compete in pretty recent leagues, either the latest version of the BBR or PPL NX. Stage 3 just wrapped up, and then the final stage is actually going to be going on, or Stage 2 just wrapped up. Stage 3 is now going on. So I think a few of the coaches competing in WPF are going to be taking a part of that, but this is for WPF specifically. The Delta division is their Wi-Fi division. It is high tier Terra, as you can see by one of the mons indicated for Terra for my team this season. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff was available. Shaman Sky was unbanned. Dragapult, the normal top tier Terra guys that are being allowed in like DPL and stuff like that. So Zarude, Raging Bolt, Torn, all that stuff is available. So for a 16 coach draft, and for I kind of look back, and even during the drafting process, I thought there was a lot of points to go around. So a lot of teams ended up in a really good spot if they were able to build like pretty strong from the top. I saw one thing that coaches that didn't take super expensive stuff at the beginning of the draft, they ended up kind of getting screwed because there was some good stuff left at the end, but it's some of the mons that people tend not to draft, especially over the last 6 months. Things like Excalibur, for example, things that are considered top tier but not usually drafted. But yeah, we'll get into the team that I drafted really quick. I was fortunate enough to get a top 3 pick, able to get pick number 3. Fortunately enough, Mr. TJP, shout out him, got pick number 1, so we knew a bundle was going to be going to him. So me personally, I drafted behind him and Adamu. Adamu had a choice between the 2 ghosts, and I was going to pretty much take whatever ghost was remaining between Spectrier and Dragapult. Low-key, I was kind of rooting for it to be Spectrier, just because I wanted to get the assistance of my good friend Wagon Fruit, just because he's been one to really advocate for the resurgence of Spectrier, or maybe not the resurgence, but the proving that it isn't a fraud. Unfortunately, Adamu did choose to get Spectrier, but not really unfortunate because I still got Dragapult. I haven't used Dragapult, honestly, in like a year and a half. I believe the last time I used it was on like a team tour type draft, so it was 8 mon format, which made it really good. I think it was my kill leader during that run. I was able to use it pretty well, just because not all teams on a team tour are going to be able to get a really good defensive dark type or even a normal type, so I was able to take advantage of it there. But I'm really excited to be using Dragapult now. I feel like I'm a way better coach than I was a year and a half ago. At least I'm able to kind of sit down and make analysis about how well certain Dragapult sets do work. Automatically starting with 142 speed is super key as well, especially in the last few drafts that I've had. Even though I'm someone that really benefits off of having a ton of momentum, I haven't been drafting that way. I think it's just been me trying to test new waters, but this draft is very momentum heavy, if you can kind of tell here. I was kind of going back and forth between what I wanted to go to next. Terra Iron Hands was actually in consideration, which, again, Adam, you basically, we could have flip-flopped our duos, and I think both of us still would have been happy. But I got Ting-Lu. I think I really enjoyed using Ting-Lu in the NBBL Nova Bladers League. I believe that was like 6 months ago back now, or close to that. But I really enjoyed it. I had it with a pairing of Slowking Galar. It doesn't have the same type of defensive duo to work out with, but it's still got pretty solid defensive guys to surround it, and it's just a monster, man. I honestly want to try out more creative stuff with it, other than just running hazards and being a SPDF wall each week. Like taking inspiration from BBR Summer Scramble, me and Kaz were able to play a few times, and he was able to bring like random offensive Ting-Lu, and it was still like utilizing its defenses really well. I think the last time I used Ting-Lu, I tried to run similar sets to that, just trying to take inspiration there a little bit, and it honestly worked to my benefit. There were a lot of times where I just threw a random amount of speed onto it to outspeed like base 65s, and it was catching people off guard a ton. So that's really fun, and Ting-Lu is a good Pokemon. I recently drafted Scizor as well as Thundy T. I do have Thundy I on this team, but talking about Scizor first, Keegan was running a pretty casual showdown league in his server, and I had a good amount of the Pokemon that I have on this team in that league, and I started to take it pretty seriously. Like kind of the middle 3 weeks, I went on a good stretch, and Scizor was a good part of that. I think it was probably my second highest kill leaderboard guy. And just Scizor is one of my favorite Pokemon. It and Metagross are two of my favorite steals to use in the format in Gen 9 right now. I think it's just because they have the ability to still be ran pretty bulky while running 252 Adamant. Like they can still take relatively solid hits by being 252 Adamant and either max SPDF or max defense. You never really want to mess with its speed tier unless you're really worried about like a 65 or 70 guy. But Scizor's super strong. It having dual Wing Beat and Trail Blaze are two really good coverage moves. Close combat's there as well, and knockoff spin there, so its natural defense does help a lot, and it's one of the better steals, at least in my eyes. Thundy I know a lot of people don't like Thundy I don't mind it at all. I think the 111 speed tier is nice to be faster than a good amount of the 110s. Ogerpons come to mind, just because I play an Ogerpon during my week 1 match. But yeah, it still provides a good amount of power. I think the way I want to try and use it is similarly to I get inspiration from Joey because he is a great player, but the last time he used Thunderous Eye, he used it pretty bulky. It's Thunderous T as well. It could have been either one, but the Thundies do have pretty similar defenses to each other. But using it not just as a pivot or a nasty plot agility bot, trying to use its bulk to its advantage, Electric Flying and Prankster do have the benefits of being able to provide some stability across the team, so I want to try and use that as well. Rapid Strike, to be honest, I did not want to take Terra Rapid Strike, but I thought round 5 was like too crazy to pass up on it there. I recently saw Jesse 504 J-Bear use it in our reiteration of NCP. It was a casual league, but it seemed like he built pretty casually, but he destroyed people with it. So I wanted to try the same thing. It's just a really powerful mon behind Terra Water, Surging Strikes, and being able to use more defensive Terras or more neutral Terras to be able to benefit like bulky SD or bulky bulk upsets. Just being able to try that. Diancie, another Pokemon I had in Keegan's League. A lot of stuff that I'm familiar with, but I don't mind using that right now because some of it is more recent, some of it is stuff that I haven't used too terribly recently, or just stuff that I've seen be used to great standards, and I want to try and replicate that. But Diancie, I had so much fun using it in Keegan's League. My God, I had a Terra Wellspring with Diancie, and I think I was pretty 50-50 on what I was terroring with. And having the option to bring both Rapid Strike and Diancie, knowing which one I want to terra inside my head, but just having like the mind games. The mind games is one of my favorite things, allowing 50-50s to kind of just create opportunities for yourself, especially if it's a Rapid Strike trying to set up an SD or Trailblaze, or Diancie trying to set up like a Trick Room, or being able to use one of its more defensive sets, even setting up hazards. Tentacruel, it's a spinner. Shout out Chef, I know it's your favorite, man. I needed a poison type at this point. Whimsicott, just a enabler of chaos with a 116 base speed. That was really important for me at that point. There was a big gap between Dragapult and Thundurus. So having the 116 and 2 Prankster users kind of makes me okay with the big gap in my speed tiers. The ability to have Trick Room with a Terra Pokemon like Diancie also makes me feel a little bit better about that. And then by the end of the draft, I was trying to just fix up some tools. I was really ground weak, so I was able to get a fire type to kind of help me with fairies in Rotom Heat that also is immune to grounds, which was great. And then Orthworm, to be honest with you, kind of overlaps with some of Diancie's sets, but it's just a Pokemon I really enjoy. Its defensive sets do function a little bit better than Diancie, especially the Terra Ghost sets that I might want to run to spin block, just because Dragapult can be a spin blocker, but I don't want it to be my go-to spin blocker. And also Orthworm's Coil and Iron Defense Body Press sets are just a smidge better. But yeah, this is a team, I really like it. There's a ton of momentum. I think I could use a little bit more special offense, but I think the physical offense that I have at President's pretty well kind of led off by Scizor and my Terra Rapid Strike. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to go over. The WPF uploads are going to be coming on every Friday, so just keep an eye out for that. This one's going to be coming out kind of later on Friday, just because I have a busy day that day. But yeah, I'm going to be trying to get those pretty consistently out early on Friday afternoons. Otherwise, be on the lookout for additional draft leagues. I think WPF is going to be my one on the channel for at least the first few weeks going into June, but after that you might be seeing something else from me. But hey, wait and see there. But yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Make sure to check out all the other coaches in the WPF down below. They're going to be uploading their draft analysis, and I know Thomas is going live on Friday with a recap of the teams, like a power ranking with a special guest. Maybe it's face reveal, but we'll see on that. Yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. Make sure to check out everyone else once again. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.